Have you ever felt like you're working twice as hard as everyone else, yet still falling behind? If you've ever wondered why hard work alone isn't enough, this story will change how you think about effort forever. Stay with me until the end. In a quiet farming valley, there lived a 34-year-old farmer named Jian. He believed in only one thing: hard work. Every morning before the rooster crowed, he was in his fields, planting by hand, carrying water row by row, refusing every modern tool. "My father did it this way," he'd say. "Hard work is the only honest path." At night, he'd collapse, too tired to even speak with his wife, May, who watched him with worried eyes. "Jian, there must be a better way," she'd say. But he only shook his head. "Success demands sacrifice. I just need to push harder." Despite outworking everyone, Jian's farm barely survived. Every harvest was a battle. Meanwhile, his neighbor Liang, who started with even less, worked just 6 hours a day, used modern irrigation, hired seasonal help, and spent evenings resting with his family. Yet Liang's farm produced nearly double. This fact haunted Jian. When a drought hit the valley, Jian's answer was to work harder still, hauling water from a distant well dozens of times a day. Liang simply adjusted his irrigation timing to the cooler hours. On the 12th day, Jian collapsed in his fields. The doctor's words were blunt: "Your body is shutting down. If you continue this way, you won't see another harvest." That night, May held his hand. "Maybe, my love, hard work was never the missing piece," she said. 3 days later, once he could walk, Jian swallowed his pride and knocked on Liang's door. Liang led him to his shed and picked up 2 axes, one dull, one freshly sharpened. "Imagine 2 woodcutters competing to fell trees," he said, handing Jian the dull one. Jian swung again and again, barely scratching the wood. Liang took the sharp axe and split the log in 3 strikes. The second woodcutter stops to sharpen his blade, while his rival mocks him for wasting time. Liang said, "Yet by day's end, he's felled twice as many trees. You've been swinging a dull axe for years, wondering why your hands bleed while the tree won't fall." He explained 3 principles. First, systems over effort. A drip irrigation system now did in 15 minutes what took Jian 6 hours. Second, focus over hustle. Liang grew only 2 crops instead of 5, mastering a few things instead of struggling with many. Third, rest is part of the strategy, not its enemy. Exhaustion doesn't make you stronger. It makes you slower to think and quicker to make costly mistakes. "You're not failing because you don't work hard enough," Liang said. "You're failing because hard work is the only tool you know how to use. It's time to sharpen your axe." Jian went home with a flicker of hope. He stopped rushing to the fields each dawn. Instead, he installed a basic drip system, cut his crops down to 2, hired help for the busiest weeks, and spent afternoons learning instead of laboring blindly. The deepest change happened at home. Dinners with May again, evenings with his children, quiet morning walks. "I'm working smarter now," he'd tell friends who noticed the change. Turns out a tired mind can't think straight no matter how hard it tries. Half a year later, his harvest was nearly 40% bigger than his best year before. Not from more hours, but from hours spent with purpose. When Liang saw the transformed farm, he simply nodded. "You're not just a hard worker anymore. You're a smart one." This story isn't really about farming. It's about anyone who believes suffering is the price of success. Hard work is necessary, but it was never sufficient on its own. The most successful people aren't the ones working the most hours. They're the ones working the smartest ones. So remember 3 things. Before you push harder, ask if there's a smarter system waiting to be built. Focus outperforms hustle. Choose the few things that matter most and pour your energy there. And rest isn't the opposite of productivity. It's part of it. So here's your challenge this week. Look at the task eating up most of your time and ask honestly, is there a smarter way? Then take one afternoon to build something smarter instead of just working harder. You are not a machine built to run until it breaks. Stop swinging the dull axe. It's time to sharpen it. If this struck a nerve, give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs permission to work smarter, not just harder. Drop a comment. What's one task you're going to fix this week? I'll be back next week with another story to change the way you think about success. Until then, remember, strategy beats exhaustion every single time.